wanted to hop on here now that we are back. Let's see this. Okay, cool. So I wanted to hop on here. Obviously we're back. It was a quick turnaround, 1 day thing. It's a long way. It's a long drive, 4 hours from Knoxville to Princeton, Kentucky, which is where we went and met up with that family in that neighborhood. And then you got a 4 hour drive back, plus you have the time change back, so it's 5 hours. So we ended up getting back here a little late yesterday. But that's fine. It's all good and well. We left here about 6 a.m. yesterday. So we got out there about 9:30 because we did stop at Black Rifle in Clarksville. Gorgeous coffee house. I advise anybody that's cruising through and you like Black Rifle, Clarksville Black Rifle is a gorgeous coffee shop and worth the stop. Anyways, so I'm doing simultaneous here again, trying to get better at this. So we got YouTube and we got Instagram, because then I don't have to download this video and then re-upload it here. So I just wanted to update everybody. It went well, extremely well. We got up there originally. We could not get into the actual downtown area of Princeton, just because it's a smaller town. There's one way in, one way out. All the power lines are down. Power company is in there trying to put the power lines back up and get power back to everybody. So obviously they close it down. We don't want to get in their way. Let them do their thing. Plenty of stuff going on in the outskirts. It's a very rural area, kind of reminded me of around here. But we did meet up with the Phillips family. And I tell you, like, I was blown away by their attitude towards everything. They were in the best spirits. For someone that just lost everything, right? Lost all this. Lost all this, everything. But they had themselves. They had each other there. They had the kids there. Everybody was healthy. Everybody was, just a few scratches and stuff. They're in the best spirits. And they were more worried with, giving us hospitality and taking care of us, which it shouldn't have been. It should have been the other way around, right? So we got there, got the buckets and all those totes and crates and everything. They had just gotten back with the last load of everything they were able to salvage from their house. They were keeping it in this little barn area. So we unloaded all the totes. They were blown away by all the support and all the donations that y'all gave. And then we started packing up a few little totes and then cruised over to where their house was, which if you'll go onto my Instagram feed, I just posted photos from it all. I was waiting. I didn't want to do this last night. I just, I didn't want to do anything while I was there either, because I was kind of, I don't know, like I was telling Babs, you don't always have to share, right? You don't always have to go live. You don't always have to take pictures and post pictures. Like, I was trying to be more in the moment and the reason we were there. So it was good. It felt good. So shared those so you could see what happened with it. They had 5 barns that they lost. It's crazy if you look at like the Google satellite image before, and then you look at my drone shot after. It's so hard to comprehend it, like what they lost. So they had made it to. So Lee was there with the boys by herself. And she had made it over to her dad's house to cut his hair. She went over there about 5, and the tornado ended up hitting about 10:20, I think she said, that night. And her dad had always had this thing back by his barn where he dug like a little area and put a holding tank in there. It was empty, but he always had it just in case. They had never seen a tornado like this come through that area. So it hit, and they were all of a sudden like, you know what, we need to go in there. Like, we should get in there. And sure enough, that tank that he put in, however long, do you remember how long ago it was? Did he say?
No, I don't remember.
It's been there years. They never used it, ever. Never even thought of using it. That tank saved their lives.
She said within 8 minutes it was completely done, though.
Jordan, the husband, was down in Georgia. He does some bird dog stuff. And he's coming back from Georgia. He gets a call that there's a tornado about to hit. Your wife and kids are there. Like, all of a sudden they lose service. He can't get a hold of anybody. He's stuck down in Georgia, still coming up here. He's trying to get here as fast as he can. He gets an escort actually from one of the state troopers, I think he said, to try to get up here as quick as he could. But I mean, how wild is that to get to know that a tornado went through your neighborhood and you can't get a hold of anybody and you're states away, you know? Imagine that feeling.
And you're not home with your wife and kids.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So, like I said, they lost 5 barns. The bathroom was still standing. Part of the kitchen was still standing. Just a piece of the family room, but everything else was gone. Brand new horse trailer, or not brand new, but beautiful horse trailer he had, just mangled like an aluminum can. His stock trailer was thrown across the street, mangled. All their hay doesn't have any cover anymore, obviously, because they don't have the barns.
They did lose 3 cows. Or horses.
So their cattle was just recently moved over to a family property, thankfully. So the cattle were gone and all of his dogs were gone, thankfully. They did lose 3 horses out of 20, and one was the boy's little pony, and it was so heartbreaking because he didn't know, and his dad told him while we were there, and just to see his face was like that his pony wasn't coming back. Like, but I know people were already stepping up and saying they were gonna, you know, help out with a horse for a pony for him. So
someone got him a little donkey.
Yeah, they got a little donkey to add to it. But they, like I said, they were just in the highest like spirits, and just the attitude was
feel like they needed anything. They were like, we don't need the help, we'll give it to other people.
That was the first thing they did, is like, who can we give this to? Like, they didn't take anything. They were like, who can we give this to? And they started making a list. A group text went out, so we loaded up some bins, got in the truck, drove around. We drove over to one of their friends' house where they had lost everything. And she talked about, like, you know, she's a mom. She talked about her Christmas presents that she had bought, gone. Like, all of her money that she had spent on Christmas on her kids. I mean, as a parent, that's what you do, right? Like, Christmas is a big deal for everybody, right? And a lot of parents, like, that's time to be proud and deliver to your kids, and, you know, you gotta be the cool parent or something because you got the cool toy, or that's all gone. But it doesn't matter. Like, and that's what it showed. Like, that doesn't matter. So, it's wild because this is gonna be such a long process. I mean, we have a roof over our head. We have a light on right now. We have warm water. We have a bed. That's steps, miles ahead of other people right now.
I think the hard thing for the kids for Christmas is kids dream of getting, like, the newest, coolest toy.
Yeah. So you when you're a kid, right? Like,
parents spend all their money on some of these toys that are not
parents
cheap.
Sacrifice and spend money that they shouldn't spend just to make their kids.
And she lost one of the kids, like really big gift that they wanted because the other kids were getting this cool gift for Christmas too. So when they go back to school and kids are talking about the gifts they got, they're not going to get that really cool gift that they wanted. But
up there, I don't think there's going to be much talking about the cool gifts, you know. It's kind of tough. But we did get a ton of gifts that were in those totes from Walmart. So there was boys stuff, girl stuff, cars and dolls and toolkits and all kinds of fun stuff for them. Tons of beanies, gloves,
toothbrushes,
necessity stuff, which they need right now. Like, and that's what they need is right now. So, like I said, it was just very, like, I was taken back, you know, because they were like, look, there's people that need this more than we do. And when you just lost everything, that's a pretty crazy stance.
I think they all need it the same.
Yeah, they need it. No matter what, they need it. Like, they won't tell you they did, you know. They won't, you know, admit it, but they needed it. So they did use it. And I did get a text from Jordan last night when we were home. We were just kind of going back and forth. Almost everything in those totes and bins that we took up there was accounted for and claimed. So know that everything y'all donated, all that money, all that shopping we went and did, went to good use and was accounted for. So we still have a little bit left, And I do want to go back up there after the first of the year. I don't know exactly what the plan will be because, like I said, this is months, if not years, for some people. So we're gonna plan another trip, but Ashley, you've seen me do some stuff with Ashley on here. She's another YouTuber. She's up in Dresden right now, Dresden, Tennessee, and Dresden is not getting a lot of coverage. A lot of these towns are not getting coverage just because they're so small, right? And like I told her, it sucks because there wasn't a factory that collapsed or anything, you know, to provide a big storyline or get clicks or attention. So a lot of these are going under the radar, and Dresden is hit really bad right now. There's no media coverage to it. There's no help. Their town is completely done. So I think I may send over some of our stuff over there that I have left over, but I think I might hold a little bit of it too, just to go when we follow up after the first of the year. Because now it's going to be, you know, that'll be a whole new game now, right? It's not, we're still fresh 48 hours, 72 hours into it. So you need to get essential stuff there. We need beanies, we need blankets, we need all that stuff. Okay, now we're a couple months past. Now what do we need, right? Not so much thinking like we're going to rebuild already, but you know what? Maybe we were able to save some stuff or get in a trailer or get into a rental place, but we need some pots and pans or dishes would be nice, or maybe some cups or something like that. So now we can add a couple things to it, right? Somehow Nashville news got a hold of us, got a whole wind of our little project that we are doing. And when I say we, like the channel and everything and all y'all that donated. So they did reach out to me. I didn't want to do it, like an interview for it, just like what all we had done and what we were gonna do. I didn't want to do it, but I took a good hour and I sat there and just thought about it. Like I was outside and I'm just thought about why I would do it or why I wouldn't do it, and I ended up doing it. So he's with WKRN TV in Nashville, and it's like their local news, like Channel 2 or whatever. And basically, I wanted to do it because I get a lot of questions of people that ask, you know, like, well, how do you do it? Like, how do you know where to go? Or, you know, like, how do you go about doing it? And really, I wanted to take it as a moment to, hey, this is a good opportunity to just inspire people and tell them what to do. Like, this is your easiest way to do it. There's a lot of people that want to help. I always talk about it on the channel, like, people are all talk, not walk, right? Like 95% of people aren't going to do it, and the 5% that do it, right? So maybe I can grab that 5% and kind of like tell them how I do it or what I did. And that's exactly what we talked about in the interview. So I don't know if it will post or when it'll air or anything like that. But if you do see it, I totally I gave all the credit to the channel, like, cause y'all are awesome. We just drove stuff there. Like, you know, we had time and energy, like I say, but y'all funded it and got all of those resources to those people. So it's the least we could do is just drive there. That's fine. Buddy Zach went with us. It was good. We wish we could have done a lot more labor wise, I think, but we just couldn't get into the town. So we had all of our tools with us and everything to help. But honestly, there's not much you could do when your house is just rubble and scraps. You know, they bring the excavator in and that's it. You're gonna make a pile and you're gonna get rid of stuff.
They do dig through and find things.
It's not like Chattanooga or Nashville. Like Chattanooga, you go down there and you cut a tree, so that way we can get into the driveway, then we can get access to the house, and we can take some stuff that was destroyed in the house out and put that in a pile. Like, it's not like that at all. So, I mean, you can see from the pictures.
They were finding people's stuff in other cities.
Yeah, like, so Jordan, somebody found a photo of his mom, I think it was, in Louisville. So Louisville, Kentucky is like 2.5 hours northeast of Princeton, like 180 miles away. Somebody found a photo of his mom holding the baby. And there's a page on Facebook. I don't know what it is offhand. Let me see if I can see it really quick. It's called, give me one sec. should pull up. Quad State tornado found items. It's crazy when people post photos, they post letters, they post blankets, they post, you know, just memories that they found somewhere in their front yard or backyard, and like they're starting to trace them back, and it's like, oh yeah, like I live in Louisville, or I live down in Mayfield, and oh, I live in Tennessee, and this was all the way up here. It is wild how far some of this stuff traveled, and just very cool that a lot of people are just trying to get stuff back to people, get it to the rightful owners and stuff. There's people that brought in barbecues that came from North Carolina and South Carolina and just set up shop in the middle of wherever they were at and started cooking. There's no electricity, so they got barbecue, so they're gonna cook. It really is cool because it restores a lot of faith in humanity. Right now, we're fed with all this stuff that everybody hates each other and the world's against each other. It's left, it's right, it's blue, it's red. It's not. Like, once that's all turned off and pushed away, and like humanity and humans can interact and do what they're supposed to do, it's really cool. It's really cool, and it's so rewarding to see in such a terrible time, and it's terrible that is what has to bring that out in people, but I'm glad it did. And I know, just with everyone that follows us, I know if you're here, you're like-minded. You're an awesome person, and we could not have done this without any of you guys. So thank you from all of us. Thank you from all those families. We couldn't have made it happen. So I'm very, very excited that it was beneficial, and it was a positive outcome, and we were able to do it. I was just looking through like the receipts. Like I told y'all, like I will save and post these for anybody that needs them. I mean, it is just, I mean, these are like, some of these are like Rite Aid receipts or CVS receipts. They just keep going. Like, and we got to a place where we were like, we started, I mean, not cheap, but I was like, dang, beanies are $3.50 here. We can get them for $1 here. We can buy that many more beanies here if we take these ones back. So there was a lot of like, hey, I'm gonna shop, I'm gonna spend money, I'm gonna max it out and use it the right way. So yeah, like beanies were like a great thing that we ended up finding, and the toys were big, lotion, chapstick was big. Like, how many carts did you use? That's funny because I've got it in the vlogs. The vlogs I'll put together, they'll come out this weekend probably. Sam's Club was...
We had 2 trips.
We had 2 flatbeds. The first trip, Tracy and I took stuff out, put whatever we could under the tonneau cover of the truck, because it's the holidays and people look at stuff, and kind of scared me, so I put it under a tonneau cover, locked everything in, shoved whatever we could in the cab of the truck, went back in for a second flatbed, which was awesome because we got toilet paper and paper towels, and because of the Rona, you can't get more than 1 case, but the managers at Knoxville Sam's were amazing, and they overrode everything and gave us more than we were allowed to get. We explained the situation, and they were like, sure, like no problem. So
we did 4 carts at Sam's.
4 carts at Sam's.
We had 4 carts at Walmart.
Walmart was a disaster trying to check out. Like, we went through self-checkout too, just because there was so much stuff. I was like, let's just do this, and we can separate it as we go. Turns out you max out on self-checkout items.
32 items.
No, it was way more than 32.
I thought that's what you said.
No, it was like 100 something.
Oh.
We scanned a lot. We ended up doing...
Dollar Tree, we did
3 totally separate transactions just in that first Walmart trip alone. Because that was one Walmart trip. Because they didn't have toys at the one Walmart that we went to. So we ended up going to a second Walmart to try to find more toys. Yeah, because this receipt says 219 items. This one says only 64. So, oh, here's the other one. This is the big one.
We went to
this is the one
2
that's
different
like
Walmarts.
the CVS receipt. This one's 149 items. So then we went to Dollar Tree. That's where Dollar Tree we went with like shampoos, batteries were a big one that we thought about.
We got coloring books just to keep the kids occupied while parents are trying to,
like we said, anything right now that would work.
dig through rubble.
Like buying toys are good, but not necessarily, they don't always have like the ability to go play with those toys and stuff. So what's something that can keep them distracted while mom and dad go and do stuff or handle some business? And so batteries was a big one, chapstick was a big one, lotion,
coloring books and crayons.
Like at Dollar Tree or whatever we were at, it's like we bought the shampoo and then the conditioner, but then my mother-in-law went with us. She was a trooper and helped push carts and stuff too, because we had Taylor, so now we had everybody being able to push carts and not have to carry a bunch. But then she was like, why don't we get the shampoo, conditioner, in one thing? And we're like, duh, like, why not?
Because you could buy more.
It had been a long day. We didn't even think about that. But then it's like, that's only $1 where we were buying $2 at the shampoo and conditioner. So we really stretched every dollar. Like, so I'm excited that I think we did a great job with it all. And just from the beanies to underwear to socks.
Toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant.
Shaving cream was a huge one. Some of the
Razors.
guys were just so excited to get shaving cream and shave. I mean, I don't understand the excitement behind shaving.
As you see.
I dread shaving, but there were plenty of people that were excited over just getting a can of shaving cream and being able
and
to
bath
shave.
towels. People were so excited to get a bath towel to take a shower.
Just to take a shower, just to clean off. Cause they said they were running clothes through the washer and it was still like coming back with like corn husk in it and insulation in it. And a lot of these people were just, they want to keep their clothes. They like their clothes. They want to keep them and use whatever they can. So, it was very rewarding just to take it there and be able to help and see the smiles on their face. So that's why, like I said on the news thing, like I said it was because of y'all. Like it was because of the channel. Like I just drove it there. So it was cool. Very excited. They do have a Walmart up there, but the Walmart, the Rule King, everything was picked over. People were coming back and they're like, we can't get totes, we can't get this. So we were like, we got totes over here, we'll come back with totes. So we came back. The one story you'll see in the vlog with the neighbor was just incredible. Like, I mean, that poor man, he just went through it all. And there was, I hate even bringing it up, but there was a little 2-month-old girl. Her parents put her in the car seat. And they only had a little single-story room or house, no bigger than our shack. And they said they were all hugging in the bathroom. And the tornado hit, wiped everything out. The way the one mom described it was just, it's kind of like everything, it's almost like everything's quiet, like when your headphones mess up. Everything's quiet and you just hear like thudding and just everything slows down and you hear, it's almost like you hear the violence going around, but you don't process it. And it's just, she said it felt like people were hitting her with a baseball bat. It threw them across their street. The son had some scratches and he was checked in the hospital and he's been released. He was okay. But the baby, the 2-month-old, she looked okay on the first one. The first checkout, they said she looks fine. It's just some scratches. She started making some grunting noises and some weird, just acting different. When you're a parent, you can tell that your kid's not right. And she ended up having brain swelling, and they had to take her off life support today. So it sucks. It sucks only having and being there with Taylor, and that's why I take Taylor to try to show her this and show how good people can be and come together and stuff. But that's a hard one to explain, losing a 2-month-old baby. I can't even, yeah, that one sucked when we read that today. I think her name was Oakland. So rest in peace, little girl. It's wild. And like I told Zach and Babs, Taylor had seen, she's been down to, the hurricane recovery and stuff, so she kind of has seen when people's lives get thrown upside down and what happens. Babs and Zach hadn't seen it, and it's a whole nother ball game when you see it in person. When you literally walk through like you step over like a little kid's like Mickey Mouse toy, or like the Phillips Christmas tree was right there, like in the yard, an artificial tree, and the top piece was here. The stand was still like in the family room part. The middle part was over there, or whatever. Christmas lights still on it.
I'm just seeing the kids' rooms ripped apart, no toys, no clothes. Nothing.
Mm-mm. So, anyways, not to get down on everything, because there's a lot of positivity coming out of it, and it's because of awesome people like y'all for donating and helping these people out. And there's a lot more coming down the road, so we're gonna go back, but I'll keep everyone posted if anything comes up. But otherwise, the vlogs I'll post this weekend as usual. Kind of start Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like I've been doing, and it's got just kind of details everything we did. So it's cool. It wasn't too bad. I did cover, if you all were on the live when we before we left, I did cover the trailer. People do desperate things in desperate times, so I did want to cover everything with the trailer. So we did go up it with it tarped, just because it would keep wandering eyes from looking, and didn't feel, intimidated or in danger at all up there. It was a really good area with really good people. Not to say there wouldn't be, but for anybody that was concerned with that, I appreciate it, but we were good. Safe travels. It was fine. Anything else?
Just the people that come and take Snapchats of the poor neighborhood.
Yeah, and that was funny. We were talking to Lee and Jordan about it, and she said the day before we showed up, reason why they closed the town down is because it was just flooded with looky-loos and people taking Snapchats. There were people taking selfies in front of someone's house. I can't say I'm surprised by it this day and age, but I am, because I don't know what inclines a person to stand in front of someone else's house that's destroyed and obliterated, and they've lost absolutely everything, and you have the nerve to hold up your phone and give a peace sign and take a selfie and post it.
Or even go Instagramming someone's neighborhood or Snapchatting.
Yeah, and I mean, and not only that, but just from a security standpoint too. So there's a lot of law enforcement up there, because you do get people coming in, because there isn't always people at the house, and stuff's everywhere. So you do get people that want to wander through. I know that was a big deal down in Chattanooga. I know when we went to Hurricane Harvey in Texas, there were signs everywhere that said, "You loot, we shoot." I don't get what drives people to do that. I know it's one of those things that's destructive, but it's fascinating in a way. And that's why I try to tell the story. And I was very upfront with Jordan, and I was like, look, I want to video a little bit of stuff. Do you mind being on camera a little bit? Just because I want to tell the story to our channel and our community that donated back to you, where it all went, right? I want to tie that story in together. So I always try to do it tastefully, and a little, by the time we were 5-10 minutes into it, he's like, hey, let's get this, let's go take a video over here, I want to show you this. And his hat, he has a cowboy hat. So he used to do rodeo and stuff. He might still do it. I don't think he does. His cowboy hat, somebody found it a mile away from the house and brought it back. They knew it was his. It's kind of a close-knit area. Like I said, it's around here. Everybody kind of knows each other within the area. But they called him up and they're like, dude, I found your hat. And it's beat up, but it's nothing that you couldn't get fixed probably.
We're gonna have it fixed.
Yeah, you just gotta go get it fixed and cleaned up. But a mile away. Found his cowboy hat. I'd be like finding my Fred's roast hat over in, by, I don't know, Alcoa or something. Be crazy. I'd be so excited to find my Fred's roast hat in Alcoa. But I mean that rotation, I think it said it was somewhere about 38,000, 40,000 feet that it ended up rotating up to. So you think about where a plane flies at 35,000 feet, a photo or something lightweight like a hat, take it up 40,000 feet and let it go and just, I mean, that thing's going to just go, right? I mean, that's why that photo ended up in Louisville. Like, I mean, Lee doesn't know where her dryer is. Her washer's there, but the dryer's gone.
Oh, what about the dumpster?
Nowhere in the yard, nowhere in the neighbor's yards, nowhere within who knows how far. I was like, we can take the drone up and start looking, but I don't know if we'll find it. Dumpster, they have a dumpster. Dumpster's gone. The other family's couch, gone. Nowhere to be found at all. Like, where does a dryer go? Can you imagine being in a plane and you see a dryer fly by?
I'm more or less worried about a cow flying by.
I mean, in Twister, cows took off, right? His grain bin, how far was that, you think? That's probably like a mile?
A mile, wrapped around someone's tree.
Yeah, he found his grain bin like a mile away, wrapped around somebody's tree. Grain was still good, though. The grain stayed in this area for some, I don't know how. It was in this little holding thing that was wrapped with the grain bin, and all the grain stayed in the thing. So it was...
They came and picked it up.
It was so weird. They came and picked it up with the truck and they took off. So, was infrastructure destroyed, cell towers, everything was gone. We didn't have any service at all, which is another thing that I wasn't even going to try it. I was barely getting like text messages and stuff, so it was easier for me just to leave the phone alone in the car and just ignore it and remember why I was there and focus on why I was there. But yeah, infrastructure is gone. Like I said, they were trying to get the electric poles back up at least into the little town area. And then I don't know what they were going to do electricity-wise. There were 0 generators to be had anywhere nearby. Because one of the families did need a generator, and Zach was like, well, let's see if we can go find one. And then the lady was like, dude, we've been to Rural King, Walmart, Tractor Supply, like
Harbor
this town, that town. Harbor Freight was completely sold out of stuff. So there was no finding it. So there's definitely still going to be some issues infrastructure-wise. Water, I'm pretty sure everybody's on well like we are. So it would just be a matter of getting the electric there. I know heating, like their house was heated with like a furnace that was outside in like a little shelter, and it runs forced air back through the pipe into the house. That thing was still there. So it was still blowing hot air, which, I mean, there's no house to blow hot air in, but you can stand by it and get warm on a cold day, I guess. But the totes worked out great. Otherwise, people were walking around with laundry baskets, kind of carrying whatever they could of their life in a basket, and getting that back to their car wherever they were staying. I know a lot of people have opened up houses, opened up rooms, opened up fifth wheels, opened up trailers, opened up like barns and stuff for people to stay in. So people do have some places to stay, which is awesome. Mindy, nothing else right now. We don't need anything right now. There's a lot of stuff pouring in up there. There's a lack of manpower, which I figured would happen. And that's just it's not a very populated area. The areas around it aren't very populated. It's not like, you've got hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of people. These are small towns. So they are having, I know in like Mayfield and Desdent, some of the areas in Tennessee, they were just having manpower issues of trying to be able to distribute supplies and kind of bring supplies in. But Dresden, I know, is hit really bad. So if you guys still want to donate, you can look up Dresden, the Dresden area. That's in Tennessee. It's in between Memphis and Nashville. It's almost like just north of Jackson, and it's just below the Kentucky border. So Dresden can definitely use help. Like I said in the news interview, basically what I did is I just went on Facebook and searched that area. I searched Princeton, Kentucky, hit enter, and started looking at posts. People will post stuff, like, hey, looking for this. Hey, this person needs this. And then you kind of just start putting the puzzle together, because one post will lead to another post, will lead to another post. Then eventually you're on, a page where it has like a whole list of things that are going on, or you're on that Quad State Tornado Found Items page. And now, you've got plenty of information and intel of where you could go or what they're looking for and what they want. So like, that Quad State Tornado Found Items page, there are a lot of posts on there, people looking for things or mentioning like, hey, we do need this or this here. There are churches that are, setting up as kind of epicenters to kind of distribute stuff and all that. But didn't see Red Cross. FEMA hadn't been up there yet. Which is why like I explained to some of y'all, kind of like why I did it Venmo wise and put the business out there so that way it's transparent and y'all know. But if you give $5 or $40 or $100, you see where it goes. You're seeing firsthand where that money went, which to me, that is so reassuring to me and gives me a little bit of sense of pride. If I donated $20, but I saw that $20 bought 20 beanies, and I saw the actual people that it was being distributed to, or the people that put on the beanie, and like now their ears are warm. Now they can go back out and work and sift through their stuff. Like I said, you donate $20 to Red Cross. I want to believe that it goes to the best spot. I don't know where it goes. I know Red Cross does amazing things, but it's cool to see it firsthand when you donate money and where it goes. So all y'all's money, like I said, it's like CVS receipts around here. Like, these are all, I think how much did we spend at Sam's Club? Like $1,200 at Sam's Club. Like, we bought every bin they had, those yellow black stackable totes, those cool things. Bought every single one they had. We were getting the dirtiest looks from people. I don't care. I know I started in the self-checkout line because Sam's has Scan and Go, which is really cool. Scan and Go stopped us at the paper towel toilet paper thing because you could only get the one. So I went and talked to the manager, and they were like, well, you got to go here and I'll override it. So we went to like the self-checkout line thing. That got stuck there too. The guy had to override it one by one. So we ended up skipping that and then just going to a regular checkout line. But when I was coming out of the self-checkout to the other line, you can see these two guys that were in line were kind of frustrated. And they were just huffing and puffing and rolling their eyes. And I held myself back. I almost was going to say something like, we had 2 full flatbeds of stuff. Like, I get it, it's the holidays, stores are busy, and you're just trying to get through. But it's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, do you still have do you still have a roof over your head? Like, can you still go home and take a shower? Because all of this stuff on these carts that you're frustrated about right now are going to people that don't. And it just wasn't time and place to say it, so I just kept moving forward, scanned the stuff, and went. But I don't know, maybe that's just something to pass on right now during the holidays when you go shopping, is pack your patience and just understand that you may not know the full picture of what's going on or what someone may be doing. But we were very apologetic to the manager and to anybody else that was helping us out. The poor lady at Walmart, when she was checking us out because we went self-checkout, like, I was like, is there any way to just do quantity on this thing so I don't have to scan 45 towels? She's like, I don't know how. And then the manager overheard it. She came over and showed her how to do it. So by the 6th time, that girl was trained and proficient in how to do the quantity thing. So it's almost like we helped her out. But I'm pretty sure I could run a Walmart self-checkout or checkout stand now. Learned a lot. So, but anyways, just wanted to update everybody and thank you again. it made such a big difference. Y'all made such a big difference, and that should warm every one of your hearts right now. Y'all should be proud. Um, just go about your day differently, knowing that you had an impact on families and a community, and you helped out. You helped out in Kentucky. Um, you guys gave back. This was 100% y'all money. We just drove up there, like I said. Just I have no problem spearheading this thing and go and leading the ship. But there's a lot of people that need to make that ship run. And yeah, so be proud of yourselves. Y'all did a lot, and you gave back, and you changed a lot of lives and brought some hope to people and some smiles. And the gift cards were fantastic. We just cut them up into little. We just printed out like 4 to a page, and Bab sat here cutting them all out. So we had a whole stack of them, and we would just, I gave them to the Phillips family. I told them, look, you guys know this community. You know who's here. You know who could use these. You know who it is. I don't want to walk around passing these out because I don't know who people are, right? I don't want them to get in the wrong hands. Not that they would, but we don't know, right? So I gave it to them, and they're like, sure, we'll pass them out. So we went to that first or the second family, and the mom started tearing up. Like, it was like 2 $25 gift cards, I think. And she started tearing up, and she's like, oh my God, this is going to change everything. It's just $25, right? Like, some of y'all skipped on a coffee and donated some money, That bought a coat for somebody. It's going to go all winter long. They're not going to have to freeze as they try to put their house back together. Or, take their kids to school or go play with their kids or something. So don't think that $5 is, this is all I can do. I'm sorry. That $5 goes a long way, because all of our little $5 added up to a lot, and it changed a lot. So, not to keep dragging on and stuff, but I'll let y'all go. I just wanted to give you an update, and let you know you did good. We did good. We're a team. Good job. We did awesome. So we're going to go back. Like I said, we'll kind of plan it out and figure out how we can, I don't want to just go back, but I want to provide benefit and value. So once we figure out where that value or benefit can be provided, whether it's just raising money to, go up there for a week and we'll frame a house or something. Like, January is slow for me. We don't have weddings and stuff, and I don't know. I don't got much to do. I don't get much YouTube stuff going, so maybe we'll go help somebody build a house. That'd be fun. Like, I'd be more than happy to go build a house. So we'll see where we could benefit them the most. And then there's Ashley's on here. So like I said, Ashley is out there right now, and that area that she's in definitely needs our help. Dresden, like I said, if you can look up Dresden, go on Facebook, go to Ashley's thing, the Unsilent Patriot. She's got plenty of links and stuff where she can help you, lead you in the right direction. If someone is local, like near Dresden, if you're only an hour away, a couple hours away, and you want to go help, they could definitely use your help. Check in with her. She does have some service when she goes into certain areas. It's just like Princeton was. It's kind of iffy, but they did. Someone was nice enough. Like I said, it's crazy that these people, like, where their mind is, that they're worried about, where someone's going to stay, because there was a family up there that opened up their house to Ashley and Mel, so they didn't have to sleep in their car. They're like, no, we're not going to let you. And she's like, my goodness, like, we're here to help you. Like, don't worry about us. Like, we're good. But that's just kind of the whole mentality up there of these families and these communities. They're just amazing communities of good people, and it feels so good that we can all come together and give back. So, yeah, maybe we do go build a house or something and try to figure that out. I don't know. Maybe figure out a way to use the channel and I get some brand to step up with wood or something. That'd be cool. That's the best way that we can use, like, this platform. And, that's what I told, like, the news guy. Like, I was like, I just want to use this. Even if my 10,000 whatever subscribers are all solid people, because look at what we just did. not only did we raise $12,000 for St. Jude as a team the week before, we just raised thousands of dollars for tornado victims and drove it up here. And you got the president of the United States calling it a hurricane. Pretty powerful for a little group of 10,000, I think. It's pretty awesome. So we could sure go build a house, I think. So maybe we'll look into that. Maybe we'll try some different stuff, see what we can figure out. I mean, it's gonna be tough with the holidays coming up right now in the next week or two, but once that all settles down, maybe we'll have some projects. So if anybody with Lowe's, Home Depot, Anderson, anybody in that side of things, reach out to me, let me know. Maybe we can figure something out. That'd be kind of fun and definitely beneficial. I mean, someone's gonna need it, I can promise you that. So but that is it. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Videos will come along this weekend to give you more details and more of the story to kind of fill you in. But it was all beneficial. It all worked out good. Bill Price signed me up for weekends. See, look at that. We don't need a lot. We only need a handful of guys, girls. Girls can come swing hammers. I've seen Bab swing hammers. She throws them at me, but I'm pretty sure she could hit some nails. It'd be fun. Get a whole group together. We could, build something for somebody. That might work. So I'll look into that. But thank y'all. I appreciate it. Check out Dresden. Check out the Unsilent Patriot. That can kind of lead you in some areas. I'm sure there's many other little towns in there in between too that we don't even know about that are not getting help as well. So if I find out anything, I will definitely post it and update in stories. Instagram stories is the best spot for updates from me. So I will do my best to update y'all. So I appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. Telling you, we just drove it there. Like, y'all are the ones that did it. Y'all funded it. Y'all bought all that good stuff, and you changed lives. So appreciate it. That is it from East Tennessee. Appreciate y'all. We'll update you with anything else that we come across. All right. Bye.